Well, it is hard to believe there are just 2 races remaining in the 2024 INDY NXT by Firestone Championship, but what a joy at the end of the season brings us to the Milwaukee Mile as qualifying is underway as we will set the grid for the INDY NXT by Firestone race here at the Milwaukee Mile. My name is Nick Yeoman. Thanks so much for joining us on the IndyCar Radio Network. Ricardo Escoto, the first car on the racetrack, getting up to speed.
The pits, by the way, on their qualifying run, they get right up onto number 1, and Miles Rowe looks awfully slow off of turn number 2.
Yeah, I think he got high and he brushed the wall. He's going to keep his foot in the throttle, but it looked like he was all the way up against that outside retaining wall. That car wiggles a little bit through turns 3 and 4. Wonder if it might have compromised the suspension at all. Lap number 1 is slow at 137.667 miles per hour. Davey, that looked like a bit of a handful for Miles Rowe.
Yeah, it just got too high. I mean, he went in and he almost too high again there in turn 2 as well. Got high, got up in that slick area, the slick's part of the racetrack, glanced that outside barrier. He hit it pretty good, actually. Wise enough to keep the foot in the throttle. I think he's going to end up at the back of the field anyways. Maybe more risk and reward on making sure there's no damage to that car. But it looks to me like he'll find himself dead last and he is dead last right now to 140.548. So unfortunately, he's going to be at the bottom of the grid.
We see Salvador de Alba. He's going to see the white flag, lap number 1. Good one, Mark James, 150.233.
Been coming the second half of the season. The results might not bear that out, Nick, but all in all, it seems like throughout every race over the second half of the season, we look up and find him in the top 6 or 7 anyway. So a promising campaign for him, and who knows, some momentum carrying him into next year.
Especially on the ovals. 3rd at Iowa, 4th in St. Louis. Across the checkered flag, he's going to go P1 here in qualifying. Salvador de Alba Jr., lap 2, 149.926. The 2-lap average for the driver from Mexico, 150.079 miles per hour. Davey, this young man showing he's got a lot of moxie for running on these ovals. How about Jamie Chadwick, Mark, into turn number 1? Great first lap, 151 miles per hour.
Well, however she got into this state when it said welcome to Wisconsin, had to make her smile. Last time she was here, history making for sure. Jamie Chadwick already setting up for turn number 4.
Yes, going for the maybe not publicized enough Wisconsin sweep that we just made up, but it's been a good run for Jamie Chadwick in qualifying as she roars across the start-finish line. Lap number 2, a little bit slower at 150.174, but Davey still good enough to move her to the top of the charts, 150.745. Jacob Abel with a strong first lap as he works his way down the back straightaway, 150.899 miles per hour, looking for his 4th pole of the season. Got his 3rd win at Portland 1 week ago out of turn number 4. Watching him arc it out of that final corner. Roars across the start-finish line. Lap number 2 just a tick slower, but it's good enough to move him to P1 at 150.824. All he can do is control what he can control, and as for now, Jacob Abel's gone to the top of the charts. All he needs is a top 5 in the race later this afternoon. He'll be the champion. Here comes Louis Foster.
Really hugs that outside retaining wall that makes a very late entry into turn number 1. Stays in the middle groove and lets that car wash up off of that 9-degree banking, already to the 3/4 point of the backstretch.
Stats are pretty incredible. 5 poles, 6 wins on the season to go along with 10 podiums. He's got a chance to wrap it up here in Milwaukee. If he can't get it done, he'll most certainly do it in Nashville. Across the start-finish line, lap number 1 for Louis Foster, a stout 150.996.
Keeps his foot in it as he works his way through 1 and 2. This time a little bit lower line to the apex of turn number 2, but gets to the outside retaining wall, already setting up for turn number 3.
He can't afford much drop-off here if he wants the pole. Maybe 0.2 of a mile per hour is it. Car 26, orange, white, and black, out of turn number 4 for Andretti Global. Louis Foster sees the checkered flag. Lap number 2, he got faster. How about 151.365 miles per hour? The 2-lap average puts him north of 151. It's a 151.180. Davey Hamilton, he's done it again. It'll be Bryce Aaron and James Rowe. Yuvan Suttermorthy and Callum Hedge will qualify 9th and 10th. 11th was Christian Bogle. 12th, Josh Pearson. 13th, Ricardo Escoto. 14th, Jack William Miller. And then it'll be Jonathan Brown and Miles Rowe. And we see a victorious Louis Foster out of his car, being congratulated. Hugs all around from his crew who have done a fantastic job giving him good cars all season long. This is the Andretti Global Camp and a stout qualifying effort all told for that team as they grab 1st, 3rd, 7th, and 8th. He can throw in Salvador de Alba in the 6th spot with the Cape Andretti partnership, but no doubt a strong run for Louis Foster as it's pole number 6. He's had poles at Detroit, 2 at Laguna Seca, Worldwide Technology Raceway, Portland, and now he gets one done here at the Milwaukee Mile.